And here's the tail of the tape for Mark Magsayo and Julio Ceja. Ceja's 28 years of age, been through a few more wars. Just a little bit taller at 5'7", big reach advantage for Magsayo, who has a long jab and a wicked uppercut. He is 22-0. Ceja, again, that's a quality draw against a kid on the rise, Brandon Figueroa. We are ready now for our second fight of this pay-per-view. Back to the ring, and Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Well, fans, from the T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada, Premier Boxing Champions continues the action. This bout is sanctioned by the WBO, the president Francisco Valcarcel, along with the WBC, the president Mauricio Sulaiman. Introducing our three judges, scoring from ringside, Max DeLuca, Lisa Jumpa, and Don Trella. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO International and WBC Featherweight World Title Eliminator. Introducing you first on my right. He is fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue trunks with white trim from Tlalnepantla and Atizapan, Mexico. He weighed in at 125 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the world-ranked contender, introducing Julio Pollito Ceja. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner in this 12-round eliminator, wearing white trunks with silver trim, hailing from Tagbilaran City, Bohol in the Philippines. He weighed in at 125.5 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring. His record, 22 wins, no losses, 15 wins, coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the world-ranked featherweight contender, the undefeated Mark Magsayo Magnifico. And referee in charge now to give instructions, Kenny Bayless.
Ring center. Ring center. Okay, gentlemen, trunks are good on both sides. We went over the rules in the dressing room. Again, on the caution, keep this fight clean at all times, protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck to both of you. Buena suerte.
Okay. This could be a real war. And Magsayo fights under Manny Pacquiao's MP promotional company. Manny takes a personal interest in his success. A good example, Joe Goose, in his placement on this card.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, you got a Freddie Roach Ismael Salas matchup.
Same thing as the main event. Absolutely, they will match up.
It's a little preview of what's to come.
Here as well. Again, Mark Magsayo, Julio Ceja, underway here, round number 1, scheduled for 12. It's a title eliminator. And again, Magsayo is the taller fighter by a little bit, but he's got that long jab, Joe, and as you see, he can really close that range instantly on Ceja.
Yeah, Ceja would like that. I'll tell you what, because he's a really good inside fighter. We saw that when he fought Rigondeaux.
Oh, he got knocked down. Magsayo drops him in round 1.
Oh boy.
6, 7, 8, okay?
Wow. Shaky right away. Ceja will try to survive now. Long way to go in round number 1. And look at Magsayo go to work.
4 left hooks, one after another. That's incredible.
Vicious, hard combination, and there's the uppercut. Got that long jab and a beautiful uppercut. Now goes to work, doubling up on the jab. Into the hook. He has Pacquiao's attention.
Well, he's loving it because Pacquiao signed Magsayo to his stable. So this is, you know, Pacquiao's his manager, basically.
Oh, and look, and he believes in him. Like from the Philippines, he said, I see a lot of him in myself. You know, we came from nothing, so I want to help the Filipino fighter. Ceja digs back in as he tries to get back into it in this round.
Yeah, Ceja would like to be nose-to-nose with him, not on the end of those long punches from Magsayo.
Good hook there by Ceja, jumping in. Again, this is likely a 10-8 round, but at this point, I think the main thing for Ceja and Ismael Salas is get out of this round. Let's clear your head. Let's just survive this round. His head looks clear now. He did not look clear for the first 6 seconds after.
No, he's probably still a little woozy from that, but you know, he bounced back good. He's in here digging. See, that's what I mean. He's a really precision puncher, Ceja. He knows what he's doing on the inside. We've seen him fight with Brandon Figueroa. We saw him fight with Rigondeaux. And, man, he just has lots of skills on the inside.
Ceja's a fighter who's had big swings in his career. He was best known for outboxing Guillermo Rigondeaux, think about that, for 7 rounds before he got knocked out in the 8th. But then he earned that draw against Brandon Figueroa.
Every bit of that draw he earned.
Oh, toe-to-toe war. Final 30 seconds of round number 1. Magsayo is just explosive, Joe. That hook and the uppercut, it gains in speed as he goes along.
It comes so quickly, it's really hard to spot.
That's a beautiful hook.
It really is.
And it was like a slow motion fall by Ceja. I mean, it stunned him, it stunned us.
And if I were talking to Ceja in the corner, I'd tell him, put that right hand up real high and keep it there when you're hooking.
That hook just whistled over Ceja's head. That is how hard he throws that. It is lightning fast. Oh, he got off with a lead hook there as well. We're going to take a quick look at this hook from round 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, look at the extension of Ceja's arms. You never do that, you know. Boy, he got it right on the chops.
Don't worry about that. That's the good thing about this part, that it was early and you can come back. You gotta keep working the lower body. Okay, and then you hit him with the right. Once you work that lower body, then you come with the right. He's not expecting that.
All right, this is probably, there's that same hook right there. You saw Ceja jabbing, but he extended. He was expecting to parry the jab from Magsayo, but he didn't. He hooked around it. So, you know, sometimes you jab and parry at the same time, but he got clipped with the hook right around. That was a nice deep move by Magsayo.
That
beautiful.
Is right, sensational opening round for Mark Magsayo right there, the magnificent. Julio Ceja, though, he's been through the wars, and this is the 4th time he's been knocked down in his last 8 fights. So he's been through this before. If he can clear his head and really get the timing down, he is the type of fighter that can come back.
I like Salas's work in the corner, by the way. I liked he was very positive about everything and very confident and encouraging. I think a fighter needs that when they have a rough round like that, and he gave him some good instructions. Nice job.
Magsayo there, dipping down low to get out of danger. Right, you have to get in and say, this is okay.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Even if it's not okay, this is okay.
Right. Well, sometimes, you know, you have to tell them what could be, not exactly what is.
Well put. Nice combination there by Magsayo. You see how crisp and sharp his punches are. And then he has a special, like, 6th gear that he throws into, and that was that type of lead hook that Ceja just never saw.
Yeah, right. And what I like right now is Ceja's listening to what Salas told him. He's going to the body good. He's getting inside now without getting clipped. He's keeping his hands up good. You know, this could be interesting if he doesn't get clipped again.
Ceja with a good body shot there with the hook halfway through round number 2, at least getting close to it right now. By the way, Ceja has been through some wars. He went to the UK in 2013. That's 8 years ago. Lost a majority decision to Jamie McDonald. That was for a vacant IBF belt at 118. So like, he went again. He was the traveling man going to England and lost very close. That's 8 years ago. He's been through a lot.
Oh yeah. And he's fought some great guys. And look, again, he's a precision puncher. He's technically really sound. Ceja, I really like watching him fight. And boy, he put on an exhibition for a while against Rigondeaux before Rigondeaux overpowered him.
He was outlanding him.
Oh,
I mean, cleanly
no
outlanding him, outboxing him, and looked good. But these sharp punches, now Ceja's got Magsayo on the ropes. This is where another body shot that was a little low. Magsayo says so as well.
Kenny Bayless is the referee in there. He's seen it all, done it all, and believe me, he's staying out of this fight right now. He'll come in when he has to, but right now he's letting these 2 guys fight.
Magsayo is throwing it into another gear now. There's that 6th gear, but that's a nice right hand by Ceja.
Sure was.
Landed there, nice combination. Battles back, and now he's a little more defensively responsible, moving forward behind that jab.
Ceja's a real short, compact puncher.
Tries the right hand lead, now a right hand to the body. Good combinations by Ceja. Magsayo is just explosive, Joe. I mean, the physicality that he's shown so far. The explosive, the fast twitch. This is at 126 pounds, by the way. You know, sometimes you don't see this type of power in this weight class. Final seconds, round number 2. Ceja already down in round number 1. And a big step up in class from Magsayo. But Magsayo getting the job done. Let's go to Heidi Androl. Heidi?
Thank you very much. Well, speaking of Magsayo, he grew up very poor in the Philippines. He actually, at 8 years old, was a street vendor selling ice cream, selling bread. One day, passed the gym, saw a boy about his age hitting the bag, went home, told his parents, "I want to be a boxer." Before you know it, he, his younger brother, and his older brother all training together. They all fought on the very same card. His younger brother was just 5 at that time. He was 8, his older brother 19. All 3 of them lost. And the 2 brothers did not continue. He decided to continue to help provide for his family. He's doing that and living out his dream, fighting and opening the show in front of his idol, Manny Pacquiao. Brian?
You know, Heidi, it's difficult to overstate just what a role model Manny Pacquiao is to the people in the Philippines. I mean, he's a god there. So Magsayo, so many fighters that we see from the Philippines say, I will sleep outside his camp and just hope to see him. And so Magsayo comes up and he is fighting at a high level, over 200 amateur bouts. And again, Manny Pacquiao, as we get into round number 3, said, he reminds me of myself. We came from nothing. So an inspirational rise by Magsayo to get to this fight here tonight in Las Vegas. It is a long way to the top, but he has shown off the skills and the extreme physicality to have these weapons that he has in the ring right now at the world-class level.
He's boxing very nice, and I would have been interested to hear what Freddie, might have said to him in the corner, but it looks like he probably told him, keep doing what you're doing, keeping him on the end of that jab, box, and move. Because what Ceja wants to do, he wants to get inside on you, and he wants to pin you to the ropes and make a dogfight out of it. And, a guy like Magsayo doesn't really have to do that.
Right. Gets in close there. Again, it is Ceja who has had the world-class and world championship competition. So Magsayo is the guy who had something to prove. So that first round knockdown really had to do an enormous amount for Magsayo's confidence.
Yeah, and Ceja's landed you saw Magsayo go down to the body because he got clipped with a couple good body shots from Ceja, a few seconds ago on the ropes, and he said, that hurt me. I'm going to try to give it back to him. But there's some good body work going on by Ceja there.
You see body shots landed. Ceja outlanding Magsayo 19-9.
Yeah.
Overall, it's very close. Total punches landed 41-39.
Yeah. What Ceja does so well that I really like, he'll touch you to the head as a setup just to drop down low real quick and land that hard shot. So one sets up the other, but he does it so well. It's an old trick, but some guys really pull it off, and he's one of them.
I like how when you described that, you went to my head and my body.
Nobody saw that except you and me, Brian. All right?
I know, it's a linger shot. Look at this combination. Oh, 5-punch action from Magsayo. I'll fall down later. The after effects, the toxins will go through my body.
Brian, I used 2 fingers. Okay.
Oh, a hook there from Ceja on the way in. Absorbs that shot. But when Magsayo lights you up and lets his hands go, wow, that's impressive. Now he's in the corner, trying to move his head, get out of the way of Ceja. Ceja now with his chance. Plenty of time left in this round to do some work.
Really like what Magsayo does. He's really good. He's physical. He'll bump you off of him. He's really good at using his body as a defensive mechanism.
Does it there too, lands with a hook. Blocked one shot, lands as well. Ceja would love to make this a fight in a phone booth.
Well, Ceja landed some good stuff there too. He's doing some damage. He's piling up points, and believe me, those body shots, like one fighter told me, he goes, they're like bank investments. And I said, why is that? He goes, they always pay off later. And it's true, they will pay off later in a fight. Great round.
Is that a little Ugas time? Did You hear that?
Yeah.
I remember walking through Madison Square Garden, through the bowels of the garden,
Right.
and out of nowhere, because I was there to interview another fighter, and in the background, out of nowhere, I hear, Macho Time! Macho Time! And I'm like, oh my goodness! It was Hector Macho Camacho.
Well, yeah, I mean, who else would be yelling?
Well,
like
for you
that?
kids out
I
there,
know,
yeah, well, it could be anybody, but that was the cry. Macho Time!
We were talking about Hector earlier. Wasn't he one of the best?
Oh my, fabulous
He was
talent.
so good.
Fastest hands you've ever seen.
Yep.
At least until we got to this guy, Manny Pacquiao. He's the big star here tonight. That's the main event. Manny Pacquiao, your Dennis Ugas. Right here, though, gonna get a little preview. Same two trainers, Ismael Salas and Freddie Roach, head-to-head. Magsayo and Ceja. Knocked down in round number 1 by Magsayo with a beautiful lead hook, knocking down Ceja again in that opening minute of the first round. Jordan Plant is standing by. Jordan, what do we have?
Yeah, in Ceja's last fight, he missed weight by 4.5 pounds for a 122-pound bout, so that's what led him here to fighting at featherweight tonight. He said he feels a lot better without the pressure having to cut down so low. He made weight yesterday, but you guys, this is his first fight at 126, and he was already knocked down in the first round, but he's coming forward. I want to know, guys, do you think that he survived Magsayo's best punch?
Well, I think there's more where that came from is the issue. Right? That's one of his best punches, and he can throw 100 more. You know, I love the way he throws the combinations, Joe.
Yeah, and sometimes you can get hit with that same punch and it won't do anything, and then maybe the next time it will. It's hit or miss sometimes.
And also, too, you know, to Jordan's point, maybe Ceja wasn't quite ready for the speed. So he got caught with that one, not quite ready for that.
You know, like they say, it's the ones you don't expect, the ones you don't see that really do the damage, hurt you, or put you down.
Almost
that was the case.
Well, like seeing fastballs, and you got to get the timing. But in that first round, bang, kind of like Manny Pacquiao and Juan Manuel Marquez, first time they fought, knocked him down 3 times in the first round. He just could not adjust to that left hand until he got out of round 1.
Kept walking into it.
And here, round number 4. Good fight so far. Magsayo showing the class.
Good liver shot by Ceja.
Well, yeah, and so I think that really took something out of Magsayo.
Yes,
You can see him pushing down on the trunks. Can only breathe a little bit.
That's right.
Fires back a double hook right away.
I remember this is a 12-round fight, and if Ceja keeps working that body like that, you know, 6th, 7th, 8th round, if you can not get flipped like that, you get hurt.
Look at this. Magsayo lighting him up so fast. Right hand counter, and then once he got that opening, he let it fly. But again, Ceja goes back to work. Kind of more workmanlike. It's a little slower, not as explosive, but still effective. You see the punches landed 69 to 62. Not a wide discrepancy, obviously.
No, they're both given and taken, as the old saying goes. There's a lot of give and take here. Look at that. Nice little, he ripped off 3 or 4 little short ones to the head, and then ripped the body shot. Those things really, you feel those. You may not think so, but they really hurt. And it's on the side of the liver, which really does the damage.
Good uppercut that landed by Ceja. That picked up the head of Magsayo. Magsayo fires back now. A lot of spirit in this young man. Good, crisp, hard-hitting action. Well. Caleb Plant is here, IBF world champion at 168 pounds. I don't know if you're aware of the guy who has the 17 other belts in that division, but that's Canelo. November 6th will put Mexican boxing on top, going for the missing belt. So, Canelo Plant. Caleb Plant, you'll see soon, I promise you. So we expect to see in November, I think they're saying November 6th, Caleb Plant against the champion at 168, number 1 pound for pound, Canelo Alvarez. That will be something, Joe.
Listen, who hasn't been looking forward and anticipating that fight? You know, we've been talking about it for a year. Well, maybe 6 months. But we've been talking about
once Canelo went to 168, and he started cleaning up all the belts, beat Callum Smith, the Ring Magazine champion at 68, and there was a belt out there. Look, there's a lot of champions out there, but Caleb Plant has a say in that division. Canelo is the champion, but Caleb has a say, and they're going to get it on, and that will be a beautiful thing to have one champion at super middleweight. November 6th, they are saying, reportedly. Round 5 here.
Can't wait for that one.
Oh, yeah. Mark Magsayo, Julio Ceja. And this has been a very interesting fight as you see the talent of Magsayo, while Ceja in here to be more than just an opponent, and he has been. Went down in round number 1, but he's battled back.
Quick left hook by Magsayo, boy. I'll tell you, if you don't have those hands up, he's going to clip you. It comes out. You said it earlier. It's really fast. He's got quick hands.
Another right hand to the body. That's 2. That's 3. So he found something that worked. That's 4. He's going back again. If that opening is there, he's going to throw it. An uppercut and a body shot there by Ceja. He answers back nicely.
Yeah, he gave him a little taste of his own medicine, Ceja. Those 2
By the way, those don't feel good, Mark.
Right.
Yeah, and Jordan Plant brought up a good point. I just want to, underline that.
Yeah.
You move up 4 pounds, 122 to 126. You don't carry the same power, the same oomph. That is a difference. You have to be aware of when you move up in weight.
Well, you can tell who the bigger man is in the ring. There's no doubt about it.
And in that last fight against Brandon Figueroa, it was Ceja coming at what seemed to be a ridiculous amount of weight over the top, 4.5 pounds. Seemed like a lot. But Figueroa said, no, let's get it on. And it was 8-4, 5-7, 6-6 on the 3 cards. Just a barn burner of a fight. And they earned a draw, both fighters.
In all fairness, Ceja's 28 now, and every couple of years you tend to gain a few more pounds, even as a fighter that stays in the gym and trains hard. So it's kind of a natural progression that he's at featherweight.
I think you see a little blood there on the nose of Magsayo now. Ceja drawing blood. Magsayo getting roughed up. I like the way he's responded so far under fire. By the way, we're going to hear from Caleb Plant, and maybe we'll get the official lowdown here.
Magsayo's kind of breathing hard right now.
Yeah.
His mouth is open, and I'm telling you, this is what I was talking about, those body shots. Ceja knows what he's doing.
Or did he break his nose, Joe? It's possible, too. He's bleeding from the nose. Maybe he's sucking in a little more air.
Well, he's got him on the run right now. There's something wrong with Magsayo. He'll fight back, but Ceja's got him on the run with those body shots.
Tries to protect his body as well. He's got both arms planted on his sides. Tries to jab and get himself some room, but yeah, he doesn't look quite the same.
No.
Ceja trying to make it. Now he's got him hurt on the ropes. A little buckle in Magsayo's legs.
Like I said, it's a 12-round fight. We're only in the 5th round.
Magsayo is buckled. Oh, and now he goes down.
Never count a guy out.
5, 6, 7, 8, okay?
He's hurt.
Withering body shots from Julio Ceja breaks him down. Second knockdown of the fight. Both men have won. Heidi Androl standing by with Caleb Plant. Go ahead, Heidi.
That's right, Brian, here with the IBF super middleweight champion of the world. The Twitter sphere going crazy with November 6th. Oh, you're getting some love in here, Caleb. In terms of this fight, it's official. November 6th, you will take on the pound-for-pound king, Canelo Alvarez, correct?
Correct. November 6th is going down. First undisputed super middleweight of all time, and you're looking at him. His name is Caleb Plant.
Caleb, when we spoke in fighter meetings 3 years ago, you said, I am going to make history as the first undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. How do you do that against a guy like Canelo Alvarez, rather?
I just got to go out there and be myself. I feel like I got every tool in the bag to make that happen. And, my downfall would be going out there and being anyone but myself. So come November, you guys tune in. It's going to be a show.
The last time we saw you, you had hurt your hand. How is it?
My hand is great, healed up. I've been training really hard. I've been in the gym. Anyone who knows me, like I say, I'm in the gym year-round working. So everything's good with the hands, and I'm just ready for November.
We are certainly looking forward to it. Thank you so much for stopping by and taking the time. We'll get back to the action here in the ring, guys.
Heidi, and there's big action here. Thank you so much. We look forward to that November 6th. Number 1 in the world, Canelo Alvarez against Caleb Plant. I wonder, Joe Goosen, can Mark Magsayo recover? Because his body seems to be broken in half.
No, you're right, but Magsayo's swinging for the fences right now. I'm sure he got a talking to in the corner and a pep talk to get it together, and no matter how you're feeling, you still got to fight back hard. You never give up, and even if you go down, you got to get back up and fight hard, and that's what's happening right now. I like what I see from Magsayo, considering how he looked at the end of the last round.
Yeah, and you noticed it, Joe, when he just was taking a little more air, his body was buckling, and even the way he bends over there, too. He can't stay there. Ceja's just too strong and experienced. Good counter hook by Magsayo. Magsayo firing back. Each man with a knockdown.
Ceja's using that great trick. It's that touch the top, go to the liver, and now you see Magsayo holding on. That's a definite sign that, you know, he's getting tired of getting hit to the body.
And look at the punches landed, dead even right now. Look at Magsayo, just the way he's reacting physically. It's not good. I wonder if maybe a rib is broken. I wondered about his nose, but that's the way he bends over like that. It's not a good sign.
It's the body work. And Ishmael Salas called it earlier. You know, he said right after that knockdown, go to the body. Just keep going to the body. And I'll tell you, that was the great, it's simple advice, but great advice.
I'll tell you, he had landed, Ceja, 19 body shots that last round. 19. Magsayo's second time in his career knocked down, but it hasn't happened in a long time. That's 5 years ago. And he looked like a different guy here. I mean, the way he marched out in that first round, Joe, looked like a future world champ. Now he's getting busted up. This is why, when you fight Ceja, this is what you get. Oh, good hooks to the body. Boy, this is you saw what Canelo did to Rocky Fielding and Callum Smith.
Yeah.
This is reminiscent of that. Just a man getting chopped in half. Good stiff jab.
Ceja's really got Magsayo's number defensively. You know, he's protecting himself much better now than that first couple of rounds. Keeping the hands up good, like that hook right there. He deflected it by just putting that right glove up real high.
Nice combination from Ceja.
That's a bad shot right there, that liver shot.
He is looking to hit him on the side, finish up with that hook at the end of a three-punch combination. Magsayo fires back. There's a lot of spunk in this kid as well.
There's no quit in Magsayo. Wow.
A war of attrition as we go through 6. Magsayo sucking in that air. Let's go back to that knockdown. This seems like a long time ago now, Joe.
Well, yeah, that was the first round. That was like, hey, how'd you do? Good morning, first round. Now there we go. So that was another look at that first left hook. But that hasn't happened to Ceja since. Now here's the 5th round. Look at that left hook to the chops that he caught Magsayo with that put him down. But that wasn't before he was landing tons of body shots. There's that right uppercut, left hook. That set him down. So it started off with the right uppercut. Magsayo had his right hand down, got clipped with the left hook, went down. Yeah, he's a little befuddled and bewildered right now at the pressure and the great fight that Ceja's bringing to him.
And I mentioned this is a big step up in class, and this is what it's about. This is why you fight a man like Ceja. He's been in world-class, world championship competition, and Magsayo has to be thinking, as we get into round number 7, this guy should be out of here already. I thought I was going to finish this guy off, but he did not go away.
Well, it certainly looked like it. I mean, the speed and the size and the power of that first round, sure, it looked like that was the beginning of what, you know, some bad things to come from Ceja. But we know better than that.
Now each man has had a knockdown in between. I'm not sure if there's a line of demarcation. Let's go to Larry Hazard and get his scoring on this. Larry, how do you have this?
Well, guys, I got an even fight right now, 56-56. They both have a knockdown apiece, but this body work that Ceja is putting on Magsayo is really paying off. Right now, I got him even, 56-56.
Larry, interesting, because you're giving Ceja rounds 3, 5, and 6. Obviously, with the knockdown, you do, but Ceja was already, Joe, winning some rounds there as he was coming back.
Yeah, look, I could see this being an even fight. It's a close fight all the way. I mean, no matter which way you look at it, they both do have a knockdown, but both have been landing really good punches, and each are having their way in their own way in exchanges. But right now, I just think Ceja's got the momentum right now. And I think he may be, you know, I mean, on his way. If Magsayo just doesn't get it together and really do something to stop Ceja's march forward, you know, Ceja's going to keep it up, and he's going to be in good shape.
This is a very different fight now than the first 3 rounds, no question, where Magsayo was the man marching around, firing off these beautiful shots, right? Ripping shots.
Like he just did right there. He threw nice arm's length shots off of Ceja. But those are too far and few between. He needs to do that more often and not let Ceja close the gap.
Ceja has made this fight at close range. According to CompuBox, 65% of the fight at range, close range, on top of each other, and that is exactly where Ceja has to be to win this fight. Look at the body shot discrepancy, 76-19. Just good action. And you know what, as well, there's a rising kid, 22-0. He's 26 out of the Philippines. Everything's going his way. And here's Julio Ceja acting as the gatekeeper. You must go through me. Magsayo now landing his shots. still a dangerous man, and this is a test of his will.
Ceja brought that upon himself, though. He marched towards Magsayo with his left hand down for some unknown reason. See, instead of coming in like that, right there with his hands up, he had his hands down and got hit with the clip with the right hand that started off that little flurry that Magsayo had.
Here comes Ceja back again, and when he hits Magsayo to the body, there's a little buckle.
You better believe it.
He's hurt somewhere in there.
There was a nice grunt, and he held on. That body shot hurt him. That right hand to the body really hurt Magsayo.
Work out, work out.
Whew. Excellent action. And we're going to go upstairs right after this. Magsayo again not reacting well. Let's go back upstairs to Kate with Sean and Keith, guys.
Thank you very much. Yes, been an entertaining fight, this one, hasn't it, Keith?
Oh, this is truly exciting. Both fighters have knocked each other down. You know,
Sean, you're grinning.
Yeah, cause Keith and I'm writing stuff down that Keith said because I got to take it to my podcast. But listen, Keith hit it on the nose. He's after the 4th round. He said that Ceja was gonna break down Magsayo, and we're seeing that round after round.
I didn't like how Mark has been moving backwards while taking all those body shots. Like they were saying downstairs, that's money in the bank. He is wearing down. He's never been at this 12-round level. Ceja has 28 knockouts, 32 wins. He's been here before, and he's showing us that tonight. But no matter what, both of these fighters are showing their heart. It's tremendous to watch. Everyone who's tuned in right now is watching a terrific fight.
Let's get you right back to that fight. Brian Kenny, Joe Goosen.
Kate, thank you very much. Fellas, always good to hear from you. Said it was Ceja making it a fight in a phone booth. For those out there who's a little younger, that's a very small area.
Right.
You don't see phone booths
Phone
anymore,
booth
Joe.
were these things with phones in them.
I realize I'm calling the fight for you.
Right.
Whereas there's kids out here going,
Found in every gas station in America.
Interesting. Round number 8, each fighter with a knockdown, and really a tale of two fights. The early action with Magsayo just showing off his skills and his hand speed, and then the second half with Ceja battling to the body and breaking down Mark Magsayo. So now we get into a lot of time to go, and you see the punches landed in favor of Ceja.
Yep.
Larry Hazard has it about even. You know, the judges are probably in the same boat.
Yeah, and you see what Magsayo's doing now. He's not exchanging with Ceja on the inside. When Ceja gets there, he's wrapping him up because he doesn't want any part of that inside
move, right?
game
you don't
right
want
now.
That. Yeah, you can't stay there. Ceja gets him into the corner again.
See him tying him up right there? He's done that 3 times this round. Look at that.
Body
Touch to the
shot,
head,
yeah.
and then that solo plug shot with that
Coming in with and both hands too, Joe. Landed with the right hand and the left hand. Ceja looks strong right now. He's working off that success, and he's really got a lot more determination and a lot more energy. It's funny, Ceja too, I'm calling the fight like he's a 35-year-old guy. He's 28.
Yeah.
You know, he's just been through so much. Again, fought for a world title 8 years ago. Been through a lot.
No, exactly, and he's fought some of the best. Good right hand by Magsayo right there.
That was a long right hand as well. Counter, hit him right on the chin. Ceja able to weather it.
But I think Ceja's not really being affected by the punches right now from Magsayo. There he goes holding on again. He's like I say, he's not interested in dueling it out on the inside with body work.
I think you're right, Joe. I think there's just a little less oomph on those shots from Magsayo, where Ceja now, I mean, if he ate one on the chin in the first round like that, it'd be a different story.
Yeah.
But in that round, he was able just to take it. So the body shot still wide discrepancy for Julio Ceja.
See, Magsayo's going to try to win this fight now, these next few rounds at least, by moving and trying to land from the outside, scoring there, and then not letting Ceja score on the inside by tying him up. So, you know, if Ceja doesn't force himself on Magsayo, he'll be able to implement that little strategy, and it might work for him.
And Magsayo there, because he doesn't want to get close enough to Ceja, threw a combination that hit nothing but air. Because he's just not close enough. His feet aren't close enough to Ceja to hit him, so he's coming up short. He's able to touch him there. Mark Magsayo, Julio Ceja. We've got Robert Guerrero coming up next against Victor Ortiz. 2 fighters looking to reclaim old glory. And that is the build-up for the main event. Manny Pacquiao, Yordenis Ugas Pacquiao back at the age of 42. I mentioned this at the weigh-in, Joe. This is a guy who had, before he moved up in weight to challenge De La Hoya, Hatton, Cotto, Josh Clottey, everyone else, if he had just retired in 2008, he's a Hall of Famer. A lower weight Hall of Famer. The wars with Barrero and Marquez and El Terrible, Eric Morales. He'd already done enough.
Like a presidential library, he should have his own Hall of Fame building, you know?
He's taking some jump shots. Yeah, he plays professional basketball, doesn't he? In addition to being a senator. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think in the Philippines, if he shows up, it's a clear out.
Look at that.
Oh, there's the speed. Yeah, let's see it. Let's see it.
I guess 43 is just a frame of mind when it comes to.
You know, it's amazing. Look at his lower half there, Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's when he's walking around with his people, you're like, oh, this little guy, he's not in shape. This is going to be sad. And yet you see him there and you go, oh, okay, hold on. I see the quads. I see the calves. This guy's a monster.
I just think physically his body looks better in this fight than the last fight, to tell you the truth.
Against Keith Thurman. He says he worked harder. But no, on fight night, he gets larger.
Yeah.
He's a larger-than-life figure. Round 9, scheduled for 12. This has been a good fight. Mark Magsayo with a knockdown in round 1 off a hook. Julio Ceja basically cut Magsayo in half and knocked him down later in the fight in the 5th round. Should be close on the scorecards.
Magsayo sticking to that game plan. I don't want to say it was the game plan, but to the strategy now he's had for the past few rounds, which is not engage on the inside, tie up, box and move, try to score from out there. And I think it's got merit, and he's been pulling it off. And I think
he winning rounds, you think?
You could be judging it that way, and I think Ceja's making a mistake by not putting on really hard pressure and forcing him to fight, keeping him on the ropes, and not letting him off the ropes. See how he backed off of him right there? He gave him an escape route, and you shouldn't do that if you're trying to pressure a guy.
Ceja landing the jab as he gets it. Now gets Magsayo in the corner. But Magsayo fires back, plants, and fires.
Work out.
Kenny Bale does a good job. Work out of that. You don't have to stop them then. You don't have to break them. Let them fight out. They do a good right hand by Ceja.
Yeah, good body shot right there. Left right to the solar plexus.
We've seen excellent action all afternoon, Joe.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, the fights that we opened up with, Jose Valenzuela looked terrific. Frank Martin.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been a long day, but a really exciting day, and I'm glad for that, because anybody who tuned in earlier or is watching it live now has really had a treat.
Yeah, hopefully you were with us earlier on Fox. And Jose Valenzuela got to 9-0. He's 22 years old, out of Mexico. Frank Martin is out of Indianapolis and Detroit. He's 14-0. Got a win over a very game Ryan Kilsveski of Quincy, Massachusetts. And here we're getting outstanding action from the unbeaten Mark Magsayo, 22-0, and the veteran Julio Ceja.
Magsayo just pulled off a 4 or 5 straight punch combination while he was back into the ropes. Got off before any damage was done back to him, landed a hook there. He's been pulling off, the past couple rounds, he's been pulling off his strategy pretty well.
He wanted to tee off there with the hook, and Ceja just poleaxed him on the way out. And that's good timing. Not going to let Magsayo just tee off. Magsayo now back in the corner, trying to jab his way out. Good right hand by Ceja. But Magsayo, you're right, he is more on his toes now, Joe, and getting out of danger.
Letting his hands go right there, 5-6 punches.
All this leading up to the main event. Once again, the return of the living legend, Manny Pacquiao, at the age of 42. Yordenis Ugas is 35 years old. He is a former amateur world champion. And you see here, since 2016, he had 2 years off. He was disillusioned from the sport. He came back. He's 11-1 since then. Quality wins as well, Joe, and has only lost razor close to Sean Porter. And a lot of people thought he beat Sean Porter in that fight. No disrespect to Sean. A lot of people thought, Sean, hey, you could get a decision over Errol Spence. It's that close. But this man is high quality in the ring.
Listen, you remember the fight with Omar Figueroa? He
made
landed,
him look bad.
Boy,
made him look bad.
I couldn't believe Figueroa took that sort of punishment, but Ugas is the type of guy who can deliver really, really accurate punishment. Great body puncher, great counter puncher, long arms, very, very intelligent fighter. He's just a hard guy to deal with. He can come at you or he can box you. He's got a lot of great qualities.
Just your thoughts here as they're looking there, what you can do, what you can't do.
Because you have to have the tape an inch behind the knuckles. So if you're wrapping it there, they cannot come that close.
Right.
They have to be an inch behind. So they may chastise and say, you know what, just pull that back a little bit.
And then he's like, I've been doing this 26 years. What?
Yeah, I know. Well, you know.
Oh, no, there are rules for a reason.
Yeah, there is.
No, absolutely. Round 10 here. Mark Magsayo there, reeling. Julio Ceja, now Magsayo jumps back in. And now with some renewed vigor, firing off shots on Julio Ceja.
Okay, here we go.
Little energy surge.
Yeah,
Magsayo.
he got a little second wind, Magsayo did. I think by boxing the past few rounds, not taking a lot of...
down he goes! What a shot!
It's
this
over.
fight is over.
That's it.
Wow!
Whoa!
And a backflip successfully by Magsayo as Ceja, after making that big comeback, is starched. Wow!
What a great comeback win. Great knockout. And I hope Ceja's okay because he went down hard.
He's still out, Joe.
Yeah, I know.
And look, it's exhilarating on one side, frightening on another.
Yep.
As Ceja was just knocked out cold. And that's the way this business goes. But now they're even saying Magsayo wants to go over and pay respect, but he's got to give Ceja a few
you got to
moments.
let the doctors do their work right now. That's good. He's moving. He's picking his head up. That means he wants to get up. I think he's going to be okay.
Ceja's coming too, folks. We're looking at it pretty closely here. He's right near us on the ring apron. But you got to give him a few moments.
Yeah, he's going to be hurt for a little bit. I wish they'd get that mouthpiece out of his mouth so he could breathe more freely. Yeah,
there he is, much better. But wow, so scary for a moment.
Well, you know, that's a big, strong kid, Magsayo, who hit him, who came back really well. And let me tell you, that was a brilliant comeback knockout.
Waited a long time for this.
Freddie's going to probably come around us.
That was incredible. I mean, just the way Magsayo.
Oh no, he's going back to the locker room now with Pacquiao. So he's leaving. Freddie's leaving early.
Freddie Roach just leaving again, exiting, going back to the locker room. He's going to try to more than likely wrap hands with Pacquiao.
There's Sean Gibbons, I'm sure the agent for Magsayo. And handler, and
also Pacquiao, right in that case.
Yeah.
Just the way, I mean, there was such a swing in that fight where it looked like Ceja is busting this kid up, and the momentum has shifted. Magsayo came back again, renewed vigor in that round, and he came firing back.
Yeah.
And we will take another look at just what put Ceja out.
Well, here we go. Ceja gave up some ground. That was the end of it. He had gotten hurt already. But if we see a little tape before that happened, you'll see him get run back to the ropes. Here we go. So there's a left hook, missed, right hand. That one really did the trick. But there it is. He was already out when he got hit with that punch.
Magsayo closes ground with length. His punches have real length, so he got to watch his feet get in position, throws the hook, but then he closes in and still is able to jump in. He'll try the hook again, the right hand, and pivot off that right leg.
And Ceja again, he extended his hands, opened up his guard, and allowed that to get through. But it was a brilliant. But it came so fast, he never saw it. He never saw that right hand land.
Living up to his nickname, that was truly magnificent.
Yeah.
Especially the way he went through it. Here's the backflip, executed.
Wow, to have the energy to do that.
Woo! He was down. He was cut in half.
You know, they're concerned about Magsayo in the corner right now. I can tell you that.
We're going to go back to the ring in a moment.
Ceja.
Ceja just went back down.
Yeah.
So he was up on his stool and just went back down. So maybe we just pause here for a moment to try to see Ceja.
Let's see. They're going to take every precaution. That's why I love the Nevada Commission, like the California Commission. They've got all the appropriate doctors, ambulances, everything they need, and I like Ceja's response here. He's talking. He's okay. But he's going to have to go to the hospital for observation, that's for sure.
They might want to wheel him out of here as well. We'll try to keep you up to date. Let's go to the ring, get the particulars with Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time. 50 seconds of round number 10. He is the winner by way of knockout. He is still undefeated. He is the winner of the WBC Featherweight World Title Eliminator and the new WBO International Featherweight Champion, Mark Magnifico Magsayo.
He had to go through some fire to get that win. Again, we hope for the best with Ceja, who is back on his stool right now, and he's standing up, so that is good news. Magsayo, a tremendous win. Again, Ceja looks a little better right now. We'll keep you up to date. Jimmy Lennon looked over at us and said, are you seeing this? Because we were in replays, Joe, and we want to make sure that Ceja's okay. But again, doctors are there. If he has to be wheeled out, he will.
Yeah.